Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, we've got a mixed bag of winter weather currently in the Great Lakes, an impactful winter storm coming into the west with a lot of snow expected, and then the potential for some severe storms in the plains in the coming days. We'll start with what's happening in the west right now. Our winter storm beginning to move on shore. It's bringing a mixed bag of rain and beginning to get into the higher elevations, where this is going to turn into a lot of snow for the Cascades, Washington State, and Oregon. When we take a look at the current advisories, these pings that you see, those are going to be all winter storm warnings here. Some of the higher elevations are likely to get feet of snow, 2 to 4 feet in some areas. Some of the lower elevations are still likely to go between 6 and 12 inches of snow, so very significant snow in that pink area. The storm will continue to progress to the east, where we have a mixed bag of winter weather advisories in purple and additional winter storm warnings in northern Idaho. Now those will be for about 6 inches on average, but up to a foot of snow possible on some of the high elevations there in northern Idaho. Then you get into the western sides of Montana, and all of these brown areas right now are going to be high wind warnings. And that's the other big story with what this storm is going to bring. When I bring on the current wind gusts right now, look at these winds well ahead of any snow coming in. Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, the northern sides of New Mexico, 40, 50, and even 60 mile-an-hour winds to plague this area. So significant wind is expected even outside of all the heavier snow. We have, again, a mixed bag of precip right now in the Great Lakes. It's warm enough with these current temperatures that you see above freezing, where it's a fair amount of really cold rain, but you get into just enough colder air, northern sides of Wisconsin right now, and it's freezing rain, some snow, and even some sleet. When we take a look at the local storm reports, you will start to see a lot of purple icons pop up here, pink icons. Those are all going to be freezing rain reports for a good chunk of Wisconsin, and the potential for additional freezing rain for portions of Michigan and throughout the rest of the Great Lakes, and eventually even into the Northeast. So these are going to be winter weather advisories in purple for Wisconsin. Then you get into the Northeast, and additional winter weather advisories are currently in effect. We've already had some significant snow in portions of New England today, but this is for the storm system that'll be moving through the Great Lakes that could bring a few tenths of an inch of ice to this area to go along with some cold rain, with some snow, and even some sleet. And that goes from Albany all the way over towards Boston and into Portland, Maine. Back out to the big picture here and into the southeast. This has been a little bit quieter today. Temperatures have been in the 50s and 60s. It's been pleasant. A couple of showers here and there, but nothing that's been very significant. In the southern plains, it's been fairly warm for Texas and Oklahoma, portions of Louisiana and Arkansas. You notice the colder air is beginning to move into portions of the Four Corners, and that's because just offshore right now, when I switch over to our infrared satellite imagery here, you're going to see another area of low pressure beginning to develop, and this one is going to take a southern route through the Four Corners and into the southern plains, and is likely to bring the opportunity for some significant severe weather for this time of the year. So let me get back out to the big picture here, and we'll go on over to our model and go from there. So this is going to be our high resolution rapid refresh model. We'll pick up what's happening in the west. First of all, over the next 24 to 36 hours, we're going to get hit with a couple of waves from this storm. You can see the snow just sticking around in the higher elevation of the Cascades. Some decent rain for I-5 from Seattle back down towards Portland, even the northern sides of California. The snow disperses a little bit towards Idaho and Montana, but still some areas will likely see 6 to 12 inches. And then into the southern sides of this area, again, look at our low latitude area of low pressure moving in. At the beginning, it's going to be warm enough where it's all rain, but we get to the higher elevations of Arizona, New Mexico, and of course into Colorado, this will turn into some snow, but enough warm, moisture-laden air feeding in from the western Gulf is likely to drive the potential for some severe storms into portions of Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas starting tomorrow, and potentially a little bit farther to the east after that. So this is the risk for severe weather for tomorrow, which goes from Odessa and Abilene towards Oklahoma City and Tulsa. It's a marginal risk risk. That's just 1 out of 5 on the scale from the SPC, but in January, it's relatively rare to see that. Then that risk shifts a little bit further east into the Mid-South, east sides of Texas and Oklahoma, Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, Missouri, and even the southern sides of Illinois, all under that marginal risk. The wind threat will be the biggest threat out of any of that for the most part for us here. When we look at the potential for snow, again, if you look back here to portions of the Cascades, and I can query this, meaning just look individually at some of these spots, again, you're looking at maybe up to 2 to 3+ feet of snow in some of these areas, and even back into Idaho, again, significant snow is likely to go along with the amount of wind that we could see, which will be very impressive. The quietest weather over the next few days and the warmest weather will be in the southeast. Friends, as you can see, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Yes, we are back. You got any questions or comments, please leave them in that comment section below. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm back tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.